everybody.
Hey, guys.
Blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
The show!
The show. We got to do it. Hey.
Hey.
Hey, Raz and Dark Podcast, episode 15. Yay. I'm your wonderful half-dead host, Jason, a.k.a. Dark. And with me, of course...
your resident mental patient.
Yeah. Raz, T/Slasher. And the other half-dead one over here who's joining the zombie force, because we're going to be zombies here in a while, because we're like walking corpses almost right now. Mariah.
Who might be asleep as we speak. Or she's really high and she's lying to us all.
No, I'm here. I'm just very, very tired.
That's code.
For we're about to die.
Yeah.
I wish I was.
I will die as I lived, apparently, on my keyboard.
We think we might have got some audio of you snoring a little bit ago. Sounded like...
yeah.
No, that was me, like, moving around and trying to stay awake.
Which sounds suspiciously like snoring.
Yeah.
Ooh, I wish. I want to sleep so bad. I don't know how you guys do it, man. I'm serious.
I'm
do what?
Averaging like 20 to 25 hours of sleep a week right now, which is awful.
Like, when we normally get together to do the podcast, you know, you have your recreational means, and you guys seem perfectly fine. You're relaxed, you're laid back, you know, you're happy, you're go-lucky. I do something one night, and the next day I just feel like the world has completely drained me of everything.
Then you weren't smoking just weed, because that doesn't drain you.
Admittedly, I was, like, really, really tired.
I will say sometimes if I'm really tired and I smoke weed, I just pass out.
Oh, yeah, but if you do it the day before, it's not going to give you a quote-unquote hangover the next day. Wow, I'm going to be yawning a lot.
Well, no, it's not like a hangover. It's just, okay, I'm normally, like, really tense, and I have OCD, so my need to micromanage and be in control keeps me on edge, and I stay awake, and, you know, I'm quick and fast. But now I'm back in my hometown. I'm with people that, you know, are family, and there was, like, just kind of this instant relaxation to being down here, but I think I'm too relaxed. Because now I just want to, like, frickin' sleep. I'm just done.
Sleep is good.
Yeah.
I want to sleep, too. I have a legitimate excuse. Mine's not relaxed. Mine is I've been working 12-hour days for the past 2 weeks. Waking up at 6:30. Well, having to be at work at 6:30 and it's a 45-minute drive, so I have to wake up at 5 to get to work on time. And yeah.
Yours is definitely legitimate. I just, I don't like feeling tired.
Oh, I understand, man. Between literally working my ass off at 2 jobs and still moving and cleaning the old house and straightening up the new apartment, it's been fucking insane. I'm fighting with AT&T for 5 hours a goddamn day since last Wednesday.
Yeah, I know about that.
AT&T, if you're listening, fuck you. Fuck you right in your stupid ass.
Well, we got that out of the way early.
Well, I got one, too, for a little bit later.
We have to mix them up.
Is it going to be the one that we talked about Thursday?
The one about the bad movies, and I don't agree with them?
Oh, no. Guy number 10.
Oh.
Guy number 10?
Yes, guy number 10. See, when you didn't have internet, Dirk and I actually spent a whole night, just the two of us. I know, scary, right? Playing League.
That's not a fuck you. That's a...
what you're saying is you can't work on this show, but you can play League all night.
I'm going to find you, and I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, that was.
That's not a fuck you. That's a literally promise that I'm going to find you, and I'm going to kill you.
Hey, and don't even start, because it was like, you know, at the time we thought we were only delaying a day, you know, so we could catch up with you.
So we could wait on you.
Yeah.
And your AT&T, so, like, that was Thursday night. We were like, okay, well, Raz says he'll be good tomorrow, so we'll wait.
Right.
So we waited.
And then Dark's all like, and I'm off tomorrow, so you want to play? I was like, okay, I'll play.
Would you like to play a game?
Yes. And we did, and oh my God, there was such a perfect match. Oh my God, it was beautiful. Oh,
Kill stealing bastard.
I know. Like,
I don't care.
Dark was all like, we kept seesawing. We'd win one game, we'd lose one game, we'd win one game, and then we lost 2 games in a row, and I got really, really irritated. And because every time we were in queue, there was always that one bastard, just one, that even though we jumped in queue and he said, duo bot, somebody would lock in ADC. And I would end up having to support some jackass that didn't know what they were doing. And
oh, no, I've already figured out a plan for this because somebody else did it to me. Not me, but did it to my team once. So we're like, duo bot. And so then the first pick goes, I'm ADCing. It's like, okay, duo top. So, yeah. So be careful out there, you jackasses, when somebody says duo bot because they're duo queue. There are people who will duo in another lane and just say, fuck you, ADC. Have fun with your 2-on-1.
Pretty much.
I've seen, and then there was another one that went duo mid because the first 2 took ADC and top, and they was like, okay, fuck you, one mid. There was 2 mid.
But, we had people that kept screwing us, and finally I was just like, you know what, I'm done. I'm going to do it. And Dark let me take Morgana bot, and unfortunately I do not play her as support. I'm just mean.
Right.
And, we were laughing the whole time. I ended that game with a perfect score. It was something ridiculous, like, what was it, 14-0-12?
Something like that.
Yeah, it was stupid insane. Because they just didn't know how to handle it. They were expecting him as ADC to be the one that was up in their face. And I was like, haha, I'm a mage.
And I went like 3-0-14. I was the support that game.
It was absolutely ridiculous. And before 10 minutes, we were pushed all the way up to their base. It was beautiful. It's so rare to have a good game like that.
That's all right. I lost the 4v5. We were the 5. Our Vayne went 2-19.
Wow, that is a sucky Vayne.
I'm just going to pretend like I know what the fuck you're talking about.
You don't. We know.
Okay.
Well, it was the rare occasion where the jungle wasn't a jackass, actually came out of the jungle and stayed bot lane the whole time, so it was a Riven and a Leona versus a Braum. Well, this is the fucked up thing, versus a Braum and a Vayne. They should have dominated the shit out of both of them.
Well, it's just, yeah.
Bronze life. Bronze life, YOLO Q. So how was your week, Raz?
Well, my week involved finding out at the very last minute that I had to move into my apartment in 3 days, or I wouldn't get it. So there was a lot of that, having no internet, fuck you AT&T, once again, for just being complete douchebags and not understanding how to fucking set up someone's internet, because it was absolute bullshit. But I finally got this really awesome person that's been helping me solve the problem. So at least one person, whose name was Anna, was really awesome, and she helped solve the problem. But everyone else, fuck you. Especially the tech that showed up.
Fair. I live I live like 1,200 miles away. If I didn't, I'd have helped you move.
I'm not bitching about people.
No, he's talking about AT&T.
It's AT&T like fucking up my move. It should have been a very simple thing. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And that one person was able to help me at AT&T. That one person. There was a tech that even showed up, looked around for a few minutes, didn't do his job, and said, well, I'm going to go to lunch and I don't know if I'll be back. And he just left and never came back. That actually happened. I shit you not.
You should have straight fucking called customer service.
Oh, wait, dude. We've got, money off our bill for a while. We're good. I assure you.
They should be paying you.
No, my wife did customer service for most of her life, and she knew exactly who to talk to and what to say, so we're good for a while.
That's helpful.
Yeah, it is. I think we got the next 2 or 3 months for free or some shit. I don't know.
Nice.
How was your week?
Dirty horse.
Other than playing a shit ton of League one night, how was your week?
Been working. It's pretty much what I've been doing. Been working and playing League, because once I get off work, I really don't want to do anything else. I play maybe 2 games of League and then just go to bed.
Nice.
I'm getting old.
No, you're just working a lot, man.
And I totally have an addendum to one of my old recommendations that I did, the Morningstar strain. I started listening to those at work again. I got 2 complete book series totally mixed up.
Oh.
The Morningstar strain was actually a straight zombie book. It was a good one, but I'd still recommend it, but the plot that I told everybody wasn't right.
Oh, good call, man. That was awesome.
It was a zombie book that I had just recently listened to, and I looked at it, the title's wrong. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got an email from Mark this week.
Oh, yeah?
Really?
Yeah. He saw that my book had been released, and he was like, oh my god, that looks so cool. I'm putting it on my to-be-read list. I was like, awesome.
Hell yeah, man.
And then there was that brief moment where I was like, how did he know my email?
Dun, dun, dun.
Probably on your Twitter page, or not your Twitter page, I'm sorry, your Facebook page, or...
Pretty much. That's pretty much what I've got it boiling down to, because I was just like, wait. He knows
Either that or
Raz.
No, he didn't ask me for it.
Oh.
So he had to do it that way.
Didn't you send him something before?
I think briefly. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I don't know.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it's cool. You know, this well-known author, has my email, but...
Well, when we have him on here with Sean in a couple weeks, when they're when they're doing something that they're coming on for, you can ask him then. Yeah,
because it could very well be. I think I did send him an email or something after the last show.
Mark, are you stalking my co-host? Straight up asking, Mark, are you stalking my co-host? She doesn't seem to know how you got her email.
No, when I'm nowhere near as tired as I am right now, I'll probably go back and see if I sent him anything, and then be like, "Oh, it's my fault." It'll be like the only time you hear a woman say that, "Oh, it's my fault."
Well, if not, then I'm going to have to interrogate Mark on our next interview. Are you stalking my co-host?
Wow.
If so, why are you stalking her, not me?
Oh, it's kind of funny because it was a week and a half ago. I posted on my author Facebook. I really hope one day I get famous enough that I have the same problem James Caan has in Misery. So, just food for thought.
I don't want to have my legs broken.
Well, yeah, I don't necessarily want the hobbling thing, but being stopped by somebody that likes your work, that's kind of epic.
Yeah.
You don't even have to be famous for that. You can be semi-famous. You can be like Z-grade celebrity famous and still have stalkers.
Right.
I'm still working my way to that Z.
No, technically, right now we are Z-grade celebrities.
Really?
Yes.
That it never said I did.
Actually, no. I'm above Z now.
Yeah, you're above Z because you're actually in movies. I'm a Z grade, and Mariah and I are Z grade.
You've been in a horror film that has a slight cult following, though.
Yes,
so you at least have like a Y or an X or whatever.
Woohoo! I'm not a Z grade anymore. I'm a Y.
You'd be like a Y or an X, dude.
I am an R for Raz.
I'm Weapon X. Stickity snack, stickity snack, stickity snack. Oh.
So I am Z for zebra, which I guess works out.
So how was your week, Brian?
Z for xylophone. Yes, I realize the issue with that.
Yeah, I hope you realize.
But you're tired, so...
Z for Xanadu.
Z for Xanax.
Ooh, I like that one. My week's been okay. Your internet problem touched lives outside of your own. I delayed... I know you were aware, I'm not sure Dark was, but my best friend, I got a call. He's like, I'm in the hospital, and I was like, what? So I've been wanting to go home, drive down home, which is about 3 hours away from where I live right now, and so when we got told you were going to have internet Friday, I was like, oh, that's cool, I'll just delay driving home, because my initial plan had been record the podcast on Thursday, drive down on Friday. And I was like, oh, I'll delay it. And then you didn't get internet. And then I talked to you, and you're like, you and Jay are going to record anyway. And I was like, okay. So I delayed another day. And then yesterday I decided to drive down. Really? And I did not realize just how draining it is to come down. Because before I get to Bobby's house, who is my best friend, you have to go do the family run. And this is that run where you have to stop at the house of every family member who's been bugging you for like 18 months to come home and visit. Right. So that they can say you didn't skip them out of time. You saw them. So it started with my father, and then it was my mother, my grandparents, my aunt, my uncle, and I finally got to Bobby's house, and once I got here and kind of landed, I've not wanted to go anywhere or do anything. It's kind of horrible. Normally I'm at least writing, consistently in a day. Nope. chilled with my best friend. He got his copy of my books and, like, watched a new anime with him. That's what I've done. So, yeah.
What anime? Not that I'll know what it is, but...
It's one called Soul Eater.
I've seen that one.
It sounds familiar, actually. I don't know why.
I actually watched the entire series.
Yeah.
It's great.
Bobby's got the whole series here, and he was actually watching an episode because he's on an antibiotic that's known as Hello Bed. I'm going to get to know you very well. And he was in his room watching it. I went in to check on him, and he was like, "You should sit in here and talk with me," which turned into we didn't talk. I ended up watching the anime because I was like, "Wow, that's kind of interesting." What? It's like right in the middle of the series, and then he was like, "You've never seen this?" We started at the beginning, like right after. So I'm like really interested in it now. So I might have to finish watching it in the time that I'm here. So. But, yeah, so that...
Not that long. It's only like 26 episodes or something like that.
We see Witch Hunter Robin was only 26 episodes, but that's still like a whole day of watching something.
Yeah. I mean, they're 26 half-hour episodes, so, I mean, that's still like 12 hours of watching shit, so, yeah. 13 hours, I'm sorry.
Yep. So, you know, and Christian, you know, he's here, and... The 3 boys that he plays with when we come down here, they're all here, and between the 2 PlayStations and the Xbox and the Wii U, it's been very loud.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. It's been very loud. And then
somebody wasted their money on a Wii U?
Well, one of Brian's kids, who is Bobby's roommate, he's like really, really little. Hold on a second.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, sorry, there's a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old behind me that are having the loud contest.
I will swallow their damn souls.
That's when you have the duct tape contest.
Duct tape is silver. There you go.
And if I remember correctly, didn't John Connor say something about cough syrup once or some shit like that?
Yeah, he did. Brian, his smallest boy, is still kind of kindergarten age, and a lot of the Wii games are things that he likes to play, so there's a Wii here for him. And
why a Wii U and not just a Wii?
I think it has something to do with it being on sale. I haven't talked to Brian a whole lot since I've been here because, he worked yesterday, and then when he got here, he just kind of crashed. And what time he has been here today, he's been partaking in his recreational enjoyment, and I've been in another room.
I wish I could partake in my recreational enjoyment.
Yeah, and I've been in another room.
Murdering people.
I don't have anybody to get any recreational enjoyment from, so
That sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Is that a permanent thing, or a temporary thing, or what?
Well, seeing I now work in security, I seriously doubt any of my coworkers are dealers.
Oh, yeah, that's probably true. What happened to the other people you used to know?
The one dude just kind of moved.
Oh.
Literally, went over to his house one day with my buddy. Buddy went and knocked on his door, and the neighbor popped his head out and said, "Yeah, he moved away a couple days ago." Wow. Thanks for telling us, asshole.
Wow, that's pretty shitty.
So if I want anything, I have to drive either to Indiana or Ohio.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
Yeah, it does. So if you're in the Tennessee area, and
I knew you were going to say that,
and want to sell me some pot,
wow,
please send an email to razordarkpodcast@gmail.com.
One of these days in the perfect world, you'll be back home, and I can take care of you.
Dude, I don't know anybody, but I know if I got you to Fayetteville, I could hook you up with people who know people.
I think it'd probably be quicker for me to go to Indiana or Ohio than it would be to go to South Carolina.
Not South Carolina.
North Carolina, I'm sorry.
In Ohio, it would just already be there waiting before he showed up.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if Jay actually moves back to Ohio, both of you are going to turn your sights on me and say you need to come here.
You still need to do that anyway. That's not going to stop being a thing.
Why? See, I still don't understand.
I need more people to get in trouble with around here.
One day, when I'm rich, I'll just go buy a city in Ohio and move up there.
You'll go buy a city in Ohio?
Yes, fuck the house. I want the city.
Dude,
I'll chip in and we'll just buy Dayton, dude. Fuck it.
Okay, see, I'm trying to figure out Raz's logic on this. He says he needs more people up there to get in trouble with, and of everybody that he hangs out with, I'm the one that's the most straight-laced.
But I need a mixture, or I will get in some actual trouble. I have a lot of people saying, hey, that's a good idea, you should do that. And not enough people saying, dude, that's probably not a good idea. So I do it anyway.
Then again, nowadays, there are times when Dark and I both are doing the Psy at the same time, so I think maybe we might be on the same wavelength there for some stuff. Like, no, don't do that. No. I'd have to follow you around Ohio with a frickin' super soaker, dude. Spray you down whenever you're getting obnoxious.
Which is often, probably. And I've been pretty, I don't know, quiet lately. That's, again, probably because I haven't had the internet, so.
I don't know. The text messages you sent me had a tone.
Oh, that's because I've been... No, I'm still very angry. I'm, angry. I'm a very angry person in general lately, which really sucks.
You're an angry clown. Oh, wait, mime.
Yep, I'm an angry mime.
You're an angry mime. I made a pun. We're not that tired.
Tip your waitress, guys. She'll be here all week.
Yeah, I know, right? So, I have a question. I have to ask this because...
I have an answer. Chicago, 1962.
Nice! I have to ask because this is going on right now.
42.
So, Bobby has decided, since his little hospital scare, he's going to quit smoking.
Wow.
Does this actually...
Cigarettes or weed?
Cigarettes.
Okay.
Okay, so...
Like we said at the same time.
So my question becomes, does this actually qualify if just because he's not buying his own packs, he walks out of his bedroom and walks by somebody and gives you puppy dog eyes and says, can I get one? And you can't tell him no, so you hand him one anyway? Does that still count? Is he still trying to quit? Or is he just, saving
I think
money?
you have to answer that question. That's the bigger problem here.
Yeah,
I don't know if it counts.
I don't know. It depends on, is he smoking, is he only, bumming one or two a day, or is he bumming, almost a whole pack?
Oh, no, not a whole pack. I think it's been, 3 or 4, so...
That's still trying. If you're going from, a pack, was he a pack-a-day smoker, first of all?
Oh, yeah. Especially, playing video games, because you know, I know you smoke outside now, but, if you were able to smoke while you were playing a video game, and you just lit one while you were starting a match, it just kind of burns in the ashtray while you forget about it.
I think I go through a whole pack of cigarettes. When I smoked inside and played video games, I'd go through a whole pack of cigarettes in, 12 hours.
I'm going packs a day again right now.
That's not good.
Nope. But hey, especially when I was in the band, I was between 3 and 4 packs a day when I was in the band. So it used to
and
work.
I yelled at you for that, but then you were all like, you can't yell at me, you smoke too. And I was like, I don't smoke that much.
Well, I didn't expect to live this long, to be honest with you, in all fairness. So, now I'm down to 2. No, I was down to a half, and 1 pack, then half a pack for a while, and then that did not last long.
All right, before we go on to recommendations and reviews and stuff like that, there is the elephant in the room we need to, wax and lament on.
So this is a very special episode.
Okay.
In which we decided not to have a guest for this episode, in fact, because it's so special.
Oh, that wasn't what I was talking about, but okay.
I was sitting here thinking about the fact that waxing an elephant would probably take a lot of wax.
It would?
Yeah.
So which elephant are you talking about?
Robin Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sad panda face.
Suicide.
Apparent suicide via asphyxiation.
Right.
It doesn't really say what happened, if if he hung himself, if he put a bag over his head, or if maybe he just swallowed something. They actually have to run the autopsy and all the other stuff first.
Right.
But
as of right now, which is when we're recording, which is a couple days, so we're actually kind of almost up to date on news with this one.
Yeah, we are.
Wow. As of right now, it's under investigation, but it is apparent suicide.
When I first read the article about it earlier tonight, that was one of the first things I did. Bobby and I, big on movies and all that. So, I automatically jump up from my computer and roll into Bobby's bedroom and go, oh, my God, Bobby, sad face. He goes, what? I was like, very much sadness. Robin Williams is dead. And we started talking about it. It's not really, he was a great actor, but I can't especially after we talked about it, it's not really surprising that it happened, because he truly was gifted, but he was manic about it. Like, he talked openly about having to go to therapy because he would immerse himself in the roles that he did.
Yeah.
So,
honestly, he's been one of my, like, idols as far as the process goes.
Yeah.
And I get that. I mean, sometimes you put, like, all this shit into a character, and, like, when it's done, it takes you a while to not be done with the character.
And you know what's really funny about that is, like, some of his better roles that were just, they were so good, they're always stuck in your head.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't even on the screen. Do you know I can still sing just about every song he did in Aladdin?
Yeah, same
No
here.
lie. You know, I mean, because what he did with the genie, he brought it to life.
Yeah, he did.
He really did.
And the one movie that he wasn't there for sucked.
Yeah.
Oh, Aladdin 2 or whatever?
Aladdin 3.
Or Return of...
He did Return of Jafar.
Yeah.
He didn't do the third one.
There was a third one?
There was a third one.
There was 4, because the one after he wasn't in it, he came back and did the last one they did.
Oh, I didn't know he did the fourth one. I quit watching when the third one sucked really
bad.
Yeah,
he came back, and there was the big thing in the beginning, him saying, "I'm back."
Oh, nice.
And then they worked it into the story.
Nice. So...
yeah. Did he do the Aladdin series too, or was that somebody else?
No, that was somebody else.
Yeah.
But the person that they got for this series was way better than the person they got for the third movie, because that guy was literally trying to emulate Robin Williams.
Yeah, and he was doing it poorly.
Well, I'm talking about the guy in the series.
I know, that's what I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, and I mean, he did way better than the guy in the third
movie. He did. I mean, he wasn't good either, but he was still better than that guy in the third movie.
Yeah. And you know, I kind of had to watch it because at the time that the Aladdin series was on Disney, Christian was, you know, a little bit, and he was always wanting to watch it. And I was like, buddy, this isn't as good as the movie. And then, you know, I got my kid addicted to the movie, so.
Right.
It's
Prince Ali,
Bob,
strong as 10
regular men, definitely.
He feasts a galloping horde, 100 fingers with swords.
He sent those goons to their lords, why Prince Ali. I'm sorry, I told you, it's horrible. But I mean, you know, and it wasn't just his stuff like that I liked either. I mean, we could obviously talk about stuff like Miss Doubtfire and...
Which sucks, because Miss Doubtfire 2 was actually in production, too.
Yeah, I know. You could talk about Hook, which remains one of my all-time favorite movies, by the way. You know, anything where he did something like that. But then look at, like, movies like What Dreams May Come. That was so good. Dead Poet Society.
Good Will Hunting.
Yeah. You know, I mean, he could literally do just about everything. The one that I think bothered me most was he did one, I think it's called Photo, 1 Hour Photo.
Yeah, that one was creepy.
Yeah, he was like, oh man, he was so creepy in that. And to know that he was one of those actors that like immersed himself in that role, that's kind of scary. Because that was, creepy.
Yeah.
Creep-tastic. So creep-tastic. But, yeah, so... Robin Williams, we will miss you. I will miss you, definitely.
Indeed.
So
I can't say like there was that like one that I loved more than any other thing of him being in, because ever since I was a kid, I've seen everything he's ever done. My mom even watched Mork and Mindy, so I saw Mork and Mindy. Actually, I think I've seen all of Mork and Mindy. So when I was really young, that's how I knew who he was.
Yeah.
You know, all like the reruns of it. But yeah.
And as much as people might laugh, the old Popeye movie.
Oh, dude, I just watched that again not that long ago, to be honest with you.
The old Popeye movie.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, you know.
Jumanji also. I love Jumanji.
Jumanji was awesome. I think the only movie he ever did that I mean, it wasn't horrible, but it just wasn't my cup of tea, was Jack.
Oh, I like that one.
It just
sad,
wasn't my cup of tea, you know, because even Patch Adams, with its kind of somber note to it, was really, there were moments of absolute funny. And I didn't really have a moment of absolute funny with Jack.
Right.
I think that was my problem with it. So, yeah.
I lied. I do have a favorite movie of his. Like, I mean, they aren't quite all equal because Death to Smoochie was fucking.
I don't think I've seen that all the way through yet.
What?
I liked Patch Adams. That one.
Yeah. Well, Death to Smoochie. I think I was in paramedic school when it came out, and I kept catching it in parts, but I never got to like see it, you know?
Right.
So
good though.
And I'm finding that there's a lot of movies like that I kind of zoned out when I was in paramedic school, and I like saw part of it, but not all of it.
Right.
And I need to go back and watch it. So, you know, and then now I'm just like completely blitzed writing all the time, so I'm missing so much cool stuff.
Rumble
like
Horses.
Bobby's trying to talk me into finishing this season of Game of Thrones while I'm down here, since I stopped at episode 2 when Joffrey bit it.
You need to finish it so we can talk about it.
Finish it.
Yeah, Bobby wants me to. I probably will because, you know, there's peer pressure and then there's Bobby pressure. And when Bobby puts pressure on me, I always cave like a freaking house of cards.
Well, I'm going to give you a time limit to finish watching them. Then I'm going to start talking about it, because if I can't freaking talk about it on the podcast...
She freaked out on me for talking about what was in the commercial for Doctor Who, okay?
I know, but I'm giving her a warning. You better watch these or I'm going to start talking about them.
Okay, but here's the thing. Do you understand my viewpoint as to why I quit watching?
No.
Okay, so...
I don't even know what your viewpoint is.
Since the first season, like, I hated Joffrey. Like, the more they started killing off people around him, but that little shit got to stay, I was angry. I hated him. I absolutely despised that little shit.
Everybody did. Nobody likes Joffrey. That's kind of the point.
So, considering the fact that they ended last season killing off, like, all of House Stark, except for Jon Snow, I was just devastated.
Oh, there's more people than him left, by the way.
I know there is, but saying. I mean...
Yeah, there's Arya and, what's the other daughter's name? Bran, yeah.
And the boy that...
No, Arya's the little one. The one that's with, the Hound?
Hodor.
That's Arya.
Yeah. Arya's the girl, and then there's...
The boy that fell out of the
Bran.
tower, too. What's his name?
Yeah.
That's Bran.
And then you've got the chick who was almost going to marry Joffrey, the redhead. She's a Stark.
Yep.
I don't know that. I think that comes after that episode, but whatever.
No, this was like in the beginning.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had Arya and her
Sansa.
older sister.
Okay,
yeah, Sansa.
Never mind. I thought you were talking about the redhead at the wedding. Anyway.
No. I was talking about not the red wedding.
Yeah. Anyway. So,
yeah, there's still a few Starks left.
Yeah, I know, but I hated, like, especially the way that they portrayed him in the show. I hated Joffrey, and knowing how the last few seasons have gone, because you got to think about it. End of the first season, we lost Ned Stark. Poor Scene Bean. That's all I have to say. I hated Joffrey for that. And, you know, so each season has this huge death of somebody that you're, like, really rooting for. So you get to episode 2 this season, and they kill off that little shit, and you get to watch him die on the screen and turn purple in his eyes. I loved it. And I was like, this show cannot get any better at this moment. I'm going to stop here.
Oh, it gets better.
Yep.
As much as I love Tyrion Lannister, seeing Joffrey get it, I was just like, if I stop here, I can be happy.
Yeah, but see, there's so much more focus on Tyrion this season because Mama, you know, at the end, Mama says, you know, he did it and points him out. So there's the whole, you know, dealing with that. So I mean, he gets a lot of screen time this season. So.
Yeah, but I'm so
there's
scared
not as
they're
much,
going to kill
him
him
there's
off.
There's not as much gratuitous sex either.
Well, I'm so scared they're going to kill Tyrion off, and I really don't want them to kill Tyrion off. So if I stop at Joffrey's death, it's like Tyrion lives, all is right in the world.
I don't believe you. Continue.
If Tyrion lives, all is right in the world. But yeah, Bobby's all like, "No, you got to watch it." So I'll probably end up watching it. Cause yeah,
all will be all right in the world. Trust me.
Fine. I will cave to peer pressure and Bobby pressure, and I'll watch it.
But see, you've already seen that blooper scene, so then when you actually see that scene, it'll just make you smile even more, because how serious it actually is in the show. The one where he's walking up in the chains and dancing around and stuff. Yeah, that one will make you smile, because how actually serious and deadpan that scene is. Oh, and he goes nuts in that court scene. I mean, he gives this speech, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome! So, watch it. That way I can talk about it and not have to worry about I'm giving spoilers away.
I just want to say, randomly, I'm fast. To give you a reference point, I'm somewhere between a snake, a mongoose, and a panther. In case you didn't know that.
Okay.
When I was growing up, I learned many rules. 40 rules, in fact, by that time I turned 5. Rule number 17 was, there are 3 things you never turn your back on. Bears, men you have wronged, and dominant male turkey during mating season.
Okay.
My feelings regenerate at twice the speed of a normal man.
Wow.
Oh, and I am faster than 80% of all snakes.
And you wonder why that we want to know what goes on in your little sessions with your new shrink.
You know what? I just want to say that when my mother was pregnant with me, they did an ultrasound and found she was having twins. When they did another ultrasound a few weeks later, they discovered that I had absorbed the other fetus. Do I regret this? No. I believe this tissue has made me stronger. I now have the strength of a grown man and a little baby.
Okay.
Has anyone figured out what I'm talking about yet?
You're quoting a movie, obviously.
Not a movie.
Or something. I don't fucking know.
How do you not know?
Because my brain is addled with lack of sleep.
Do I have any experience hunting vampires? No. But I have hunted a werewolf. I shot him 3 times, and then he turned back into my neighbor's dog.
I don't know, but right now it's just freaking amusing.
Yeah, it is kind of amusing.
Reject a woman and she'll never let it go. One of the many defects of their kind. Also, weak arms.
Fuck.
Before I do anything, I ask myself, would an idiot do that? And if the answer is yes, I do not do that thing.
Okay.
You know what's better than a Triceratops?
What?
Only every other dinosaur that's ever existed.
Not true. The Triceratops, ranks over the Stegosaurus any day. Just saying.
No.
Yeah.
I can raise and lower my cholesterol at will. Why would I raise my cholesterol, you might ask? So I can lower it again.
And the Stegosaurus is cooler than Triceratops. You do realize those horns really didn't. They figured out those horns really didn't serve a purpose.
It's true.
I get that.
And the Stegosaurus, everything on its body served a purpose.
I get that. I do, but
cooler.
I like freaking the T-Rex.
Giant swinging spiked tail of doom.
So, why should I tip someone for doing a job I'm capable of doing myself? I can deliver food, I can drive a taxi, I can and do cut my own hair. I did, however, tip my urologist, because at this time I am unable to pulverize my own kidney stones.
Okay. And back on the subject of dinosaurs, my actually favorite was Ankylosaurus. He was cool. Giant turtle with a big fucking mace on its tail.
Wow. Well, since Raz is reading
quotes from some random thing.
Here goes mine. This is how we're going to amuse ourselves with this podcast with no guests. Has phone sex, gets hearing aids.
What?
Yep.
That made no sense.
It's a Twitter account, all right, for a guy named Bad Luck Brian, and it's just random things that kind of like small, stupid little puns. Things like gets laid, off from job, stuff like that. Finally finds something positive in life, has HIV, stuff like that.
Okay.
That's not amusing. That's just sad and sick.
Looks on the bright side, burns retina out looking at sun.
Okay, that was kind of amusing.
Gets in car, Rebecca Black chooses the seat next to him.
What?
Gets in a car.
That one just doesn't make any sense.
Do you not know who Rebecca Black is?
A singer?
Yeah, worst video ever, Friday.
Oh yeah, Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I would then pull the hero, and you know what the cheerleader did when that guy tried to rape her and ended up killing her. Got in his car and just fucking gunned it and slammed into a wall. Granted, I don't have rapid regeneration like she does, but I would be hailed as a hero of the interwebs.
Gets friend to watch his dogs while he's away, Michael Vick.
That's wrong. So, Raz, what were you quoting anyway?
You really don't know?
No.
It's only my favorite television show. Probably in the history of time.
Doctor Who?
No. Believe it or not, it's something I love much more than Doctor Who. It would be The Office. I was quoting Dwight Schrute from The Office.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I could have gone on forever, but I figured the point was made to anyone that knew what it was.
I really didn't watch that much of The Office.
I'm sorry, dude. For those
I've
of you
only watched through it once, so I'm not going to know
This is my 5th time, so... I just, because I had no internet, I had to look through my collections of things to see what I wanted to watch, and I thought, hey, I need to watch The Office again. I've been in a pretty shitty mood lately, so it seemed the perfect idea, and I'm now I started season 5, and I've only been here since, I don't know, officially since, Friday or Saturday of last week, because there's nothing else to do here but watch The Office, and a lot of it. So, yeah, if you don't know what The Office is, the American version of The Office started in 2005 and ended just last year. It's a mockumentary on a group of typical office workers where the workday consists of ego clashes, inappropriate behavior, and tedium. Based on the hit BBC series, also called The Office, that starred Ricky Gervais. And it's a pretty fucking awesome show. As you can imagine, they are in an office. There's all sorts of hilarious people and things and stuff. A lot of the people that actually did the writing for the show are also actors in it. And even Harold Ramis wrote 4 episodes, which I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, they had a lot of top... I mean, I didn't watch it that much, but I know they had a lot of top-tier comedy writers actually do episodes.
Not even just comedy writers. They had J.J. Abrams, dude.
Yeah, there was actually a whole bunch of people that
There was
did
a Joss Whedon episode about a vampire bat, and Jim made Dwight think that Jim was turning into a vampire.
That was a great episode.
To me, they're all pretty fucking awesome. And for the first, long time in the show, it was a pretty big cast, man. Steve Carell played the boss, Michael.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I remember, like I said, I've seen some of the episodes. Just, like I said, I didn't watch all of them.
So Rad was our Jim. And if we had, he would be Jim, and you would be Dwight, and he would be putting your stapler in a Jell-O mold.
Okay, let me just say, the first time I actually decided to give the show a chance, I watched one episode and I was like, eh. Then, a couple months later, I was really high and tried to watch it again, and I watched the whole first episode, which was a Jell-O one. So, my wife, of course, Maria, for those of you who know her, goes out of town. And I spent, in the meantime, $30-something trying to figure out how exactly to properly do the stapler thing. And by the time she came home, her really nice stapler was in lime Jell-O, an entire Jell-O mold sitting out, and she's never forgiven me for ruining that stapler. No, but I had to buy a piece of Tupperware, which wasn't that cheap, sadly. You had to get dental floss and tie the whole stapler in there upside down to begin with, so it could set. There were all these, crazy steps. And what they don't tell you is that you have to actually buy a bunch of additional gelatin to make the Jell-O more firm, so you can properly hold a giant stapler in the Jell-O mold. So since then, I have, found other random objects to put in Jell-O mold. The next thing that I would like to do is put one of her entire paintings, encoded in plastic, inside of a Jell-O mold. Wow. As soon as I have a container big enough to do this in, I will be doing it.
I don't know if they make a container that large.
I will find one.
Unless you get one of her smaller paintings, then maybe.
Right. I'm not going to put Chucky in a Jell-O mold, because that's fucking almost as big as I am. But no, there's some totes. We have
Dude,
these
you're
Rubbermaid
so Jim.
totes.
You're so Jim.
No, I really am. I honestly am. But I'm also Michael at the same time sometimes, which is kind of sad.
I can't, any of you that I hold a normal conversation with, I can't see as Michael. He's just so dumb.
I just have moments where I say things similar to him. I also watched something else while I was waiting for my internet.
You know a show that Bobby got me to watch that, I was surprised that I ended up liking? It's a British show, and I don't know if many people have seen it, but it's called The IT Crowd.
I love The IT Crowd. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Yeah, I love that.
I talked about it before.
The one that tripped me out the best, though, was where she got those new shoes.
Oh, yeah.
It's so horrible.
So I also watched the live-action version of my favorite superhero, The Tick.
Yeah.
Because it's... Well, see, that's not the song. That's not what they use in the
live-action one, no. But every time we talk about The Tick...
Yeah, we have to do this.
I think about the animated one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I will say, although they screwed up the costume a little bit and they showed too much of Patrick Warburton's face, there could never, ever, ever be a better Tick than Patrick Warburton, except for maybe me.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to do a new Tick show, you should cast me as the Tick, because I think I would be pretty fucking awesome at it.
That would be awesome. That, or they need to redo Ren and Stimpy and let you do Stimpy.
Yeah, I can do that too. But come on.
I know, the Tick would be far more epic.
Stimpy, you idiot.
I do miss that show. That was a great show.
I don't, because the remake they tried, or the re-release, or whatever you want to call it, was horrible. And I mean horrible.
I'm not talking about the re-release. I'm talking about the original Ren and Stimpy. That's what I'm talking about.
It's done, though. I mean, they'll never be able to put that show back out.
No, not after they decimated it.
Now, I'll be honest, I can't, some of these cartoons that they have now for kids, I can't stand them, i.e. SpongeBob. I hate that show.
I love SpongeBob, actually, because SpongeBob did a crossover with that old school horror film, Nosferatu, and that made me forever love it, officially.
But the one cartoon that Christian was watching almost religiously a couple of years ago that I got really addicted to was The Fairly Odd Parents.
I love that one, too.
I love Cosmo. He freaking trips me out, man.
It's awesome.
He's cool. But, like, some of these new ones I don't get, and God help me, it might be because I've not seen every episode. I do not understand this fascination with Adventure Time.
I love Adventure Time. I absolutely love it. I can't tell you why. I don't even understand why I like it so much.
It actually has a pretty fucking deep storyline if you actually watch all the episodes.
It really, truly does. It's hilarious.
I think the last one that Cartoon Network did that I was like, really, oh, that's awesome, was Foster's Home of Imaginary Friends.
Yep. We have
I hated that show.
Oh, I love that one.
So stupid.
We have a painting of one of them, and I can't remember which one it was. It was the purple one that had the horns and like the belt.
Yeah,
Eduardo.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did a painting of him. We have him hanging around.
Eduardo was okay.
Yeah. The only cartoons I watch with my kids anymore and pay attention is Adventure Time and Regular Show.
I love Regular Show also. Have you seen China, Illinois? It's got Hulk Hogan.
No.
It's a hilarious cartoon. And again, that's another one I have no idea why I like it, but I do.
What was the other one you mentioned?
Regular Show?
Is that the one with the bird named Mordecai?
Yep, Mordecai
and Rigby.
Yeah. I saw the episode a couple days ago where they did the Jinx.
I love that one.
Yeah, I finally saw that the other day. I was watching it with Christian, and Christian was going, does that really happen? I was like, no, not really.
I'm not going to stop until somebody does this with me. Oh. Thank you. Oh, I watched, I picked up the Blu-ray of Paul.
I love that movie!
Yeah, I got it for like $7 from Walmart, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, don't own it, I must own it. So I had to sit and watch that. And that's Jenga.
I have decided that I need to watch at some point in the next couple of weeks. Just one day, sit down and watch Shaun of the Dead, and then right behind it, watch Hot Fuzz.
Yeah. Have you seen The World's End yet?
No!
Yeah, that's the third
I
one
haven't.
in that trilogy.
Yep.
I haven't seen it yet, but...
Well, no, Fall's the third one. Kind of, if you look at it that way.
It's not really a trilogy, actually, because it's not really the same characters.
Right,
so.
Not at all.
Same actors, but...
Right. Oh, I just found out that Diablo expansion is going to finally hit PlayStation 3 on August 19th.
Yep.
Yeah, it's hitting all of them. PlayStation 3,
I'm excited.
4, and Xbox One.
I'm definitely going to get it. As soon as I finish, beating Diablo 3 in general. I did finally pick up a controller and play a game again the other day. This is the first time in months. I'm still beating Uncharted 3. And I forgot that I was still playing it, so I started playing that again.
I'm going to tell you, playing through Diablo 3, even on console, and being Diablo is going to be a cakewalk compared to the new guy. That is going to make
Through death?
That is going to make you, like, curse something fierce. Well, I mean, I played through normal mode and then, like, automatically ramped mine up to something ridiculously hard until they nerfed mages. And I soloed Diablo, like, every time.
Nice.
And the expansion came out, and I went to play, and I did decent. I'm not going to say I, like, blasted everything down, but I did really decent until I got to the final boss. It took me 15, 16 attempts to get him down.
Wow.
He is no joke.
Yeah.
The timers on him freaking suck. So, yeah. Consider yourself warned. Diablo, cakewalk to the new boss. I'm also getting confirmation. Bobby just heard me make that statement, and he's like sitting here nodding his head emphatically.
Right. Oh, in case it didn't make it into the pre-show, Evil Dead, the TV show. And that's all I need to say. With Bruce Campbell.
Yeah. I think we talked about that last week, didn't we?
I don't remember.
I don't either.
But
I don't remember anything.
It bears repeating.
I barely remember my own name right now.
Oh, and dude, I went back to therapy and brought her that piece of paper we all filled out together.
How'd that go?
Yeah, that turned out.
Well, she took about 10 minutes to read it, which I thought was an excessive amount of time to read the answers that we...
She was probably making sure she wasn't tripping out or something.
She told me she had to read it 2 or 3 times to really stop freaking out, because the first time she read it, she took it pretty seriously. Then she looked at me a couple times, like, back at the paper, and then she read it again. And then the third time she went through the questions with me. It was awesome. She asked me what my state of mind was. Well, I said, what did the paper say? And she said, well, according to the paper, you should probably not be here. You should probably be in a hospital somewhere. And I said, okay, are you checking me in? And she said, no, you would have to check yourself in. I said, well, doesn't that defeat the purpose of having a therapist? She did not particularly care for that answer. So she's decided that I do have severe mental issues, that until I can take them seriously, I should probably not return to therapy. So I promised her that I would indeed start taking it seriously. And then we did discuss some serious things. And then I got a new paper to fill out.
You're kidding.
Nope, this is slightly different.
Okay, I was going to say, is it all the same questions?
No, she thought about it, and she asked me if I would take it serious if she gave that one to me again. I said, honestly, probably not. She's like, okay, then try this one. This one, all I can do, I'm not allowed to write anything in. I just have to, circle. There's, a smiley face, a frowny face, and just a face with a straight line.
Okay, that's neutral.
Yeah.
So happy, sad, neutral.
That's what I see. So, yeah. I have put, devil horns on my... and some of the faces, like a tongue, and I did a Charles Manson smiley on the last one, with a little swastika on the forehead.
Oh, God. Are you trying to get committed?
And I circled it all randomly, too. I mean, I don't even know. I decided not to read the questions, so I don't know what they say.
It's like taking the end-of-course exam in high school. Just circle C.
No, I literally put I don't know, I think it was the cover to Evil Dead or something over all the questions, and then I just circled it random and drew faces. And she didn't say I couldn't draw. She said I could specifically not write anything in. So one of them,
swear to God, if one of those questions is how do you feel when you're menstruating, I'm gonna die.
It's possible. I didn't actually read the questions.
Yeah, well, you've already filled it out, so read the questions.
Okay. Okay, here it is. The first question, and there's only 10 questions. So this one is, how am I currently feeling? And apparently I put, okay, that was the frowny face with the double horns.
Nice.
How do I feel about the government is this one. And it's a neutral face with a penis for some reason. I'm not sure why. There's a penis. There's a penis. It's attached to the smiley face, as if the being itself is just a smiley face and a penis. Okay. It's like a whatchamacallit, a beholder. It floats. Penis. Yeah, it floats, but it's got a penis. So watch out. So the third one says, how do I feel about my home life? And there's a smiley face and a joint.
That one was actually kind of fitting.
That one worked out better than I had expected. The fourth one is how I feel about traffic. It's a pretty weird, random fucking thing to ask me. Who the fuck likes traffic? Well, apparently I like traffic. And there is a spaceship hovering over the smiley face.
Because I guess it's like traffic. I don't go traffic. I get abducted by aliens and fly away.
Apparently. So the next one asks me, how do I feel about my job? And this one is an angry face and lightning bolts. I've got nothing for that. I've got no idea.
It's actually kind of appropriate.
Yeah.
The next one is, how do I feel about my parents? Wow. This one makes no sense. It is a neutral face with, I'm not sure what this is. I'm not sure what I drew here. Hold on a second. I have to look a little closer because I don't know what that means. Oh, okay. No, that's the swastika one.
Oh, nice.
I don't care, but I'll be a serial killer in the near future.
I mean, maybe it's a Manson family reference. I'll get away with that. Something. Okay. So this one asks me how I feel about my hobbies. And it is a smiley face that I've turned into a dinosaur.
That is scarily appropriate.
Okay, this one asks me how I feel about myself, and it is a frowny face that I've turned into a hockey mask.
Again, scarily appropriate.
Yeah. This one asks me how I feel about other people. And it is also a frowny face. And there appears to be some kind of a dog pissing on the smiley face. I think it... No, sorry. That's a zebra. I don't know why it's a zebra, but it's a zebra.
Okay.
So the next one asks me how I feel. What? How do I feel about my emotions?
Like a girl.
Stunned. No, I'm stunned. Because how do I feel about my feelings is basically...
Yeah, pretty much. How do you feel about your feelings?
And this one is...
All the feels!
A smiley face with what looks to be dreads. Like Rastafarian type dreads.
Which translates to everything's okay as long as you're high.
Apparently. Number 9 says, how do you feel about being in public? Doesn't that kind of have anything to do... Well, I guess maybe not, because I don't have to be in public to not like other people. But how do I feel about being in public? It has a frowny face, what appears to be a noose, a rubber chicken, and a fire extinguisher.
Would you like to play a game?
Number 10 asks me, I didn't fill this one out. I didn't draw anything or circle anything for this one. Number 10 is, how did you feel about this test?
Put a happy face and
face and then circle.
Let's see, what should we draw on there? With a penis going in... No, I'm kidding. You say with a penis going in its mouth, but no. Too graphic. Just
draw with like a little crown and a bubble that says, I'm the king of the world.
Okay.
Put him on the Iron Throne. No, because remember, he's not allowed to write in anything.
No, but I can draw a throne, and I can draw a king's hat or something.
Make sure it's the Iron Throne. That'll take you a while, because that's a lot of pointy objects.
That is true. He did just,
I'm just
do a question with a noose and a fire extinguisher. Yeah, the Iron Throne works.
And I am indeed going to put a quote on the back of this, just because I can. And it is going to be, from this day forth, I will spread my buttery justice over your every nook and cranny. Hear me, O city, my city, your toast will never go unbuttered again.
Friend in need is a friend indeed, but a friend with weed is better. That's what you should put down as your quote.
Yeah. All right, we're officially done. I'll let you know how that one goes.
Right, yeah. I have a feeling you're not going to be seeing that shrink much longer.
Well, it's free, so I don't really care.
I know. Do we have any recommendations this week?
Well, I mean, I recommended some shit. Like,
yeah, I know.
Dick, and Paul. My Dick in Your Mouth. You know.
Rude.
It's a dick in a box.
I love that song.
Actually, my recommendation for the week, it's an old show, but I just started watching it, is 6 Feet Under.
It's a good one. I never finished watching it.
I didn't either.
I watched the first couple seasons and got terribly bored and couldn't handle it anymore.
Dude, I've been abusing the hell out of having that Kindle Fire.
Oh yeah, I love it. Awesome.
Yeah, so 6 Feet Under is actually free. Like, all the seasons right now are free.
Yep.
So I started watching it. And
it used to be on Netflix, so I think that's how I watch them all.
So yeah, been watching that, and have watched some Burn Notice, because somebody, was all like...
You know what the shitty thing about Burn Notice is? So I had, 2 episodes left to watch before my internet, went away.
Oh.
And I've been waiting this whole time to watch the last 2 episodes.
Well, I caught, 1 or 2 episodes here and there while it was on, but I never, watched the whole thing, so I've actually been watching the show.
Right.
And I still find myself giggling, because when he does that really stiff smile, I'm like, Mr. Skullhead. It's horrible.
Right.
Now it's time for Good Idea.
Bad idea. Good idea. Finding an Easter egg on Easter morning. Bad idea. Finding an Easter egg on Christmas morning.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that one.
That's the one that sticks out in my head. I don't know why.
I guess I should do a recommendation.
Yeah, you probably should.
All right. So, this recommendation I will recommend, but it's not going to be out for consumption yet. It is called... Hello?
Hello?
Did I just mute? No, okay.
Hello?
I just turned my volume down.
Goodbye.
No, I thought I muted my mic, but no. It's called Killing Floor 2.
Ah.
And if I could give you 3 words to describe this game, actually 4 words, it's an acronym. MEAT. It's actually a system in the game. Massive, evisceration, and trauma.
I like it.
It's actually a zombie game, too. A co-op first-person zombie shooter.
Nice.
Let's see. Here, I'll just read the thing I've got for the MEAT system. It gives you... Okay. Levelers generally get covered in blood. When you shoot an enemy, its wounds trails crimson until it dies. Unlike other games, the blood never fades. For the entire game, the pools of blood stick around, growing bigger and bigger until the ground, the walls, and everything else is covering nothing but canvases of red. This is just one part of the brand new gore system at Tripwire, the people who made this game, implemented in Killing Floor 2, called MEAT system. It aims to make each shot brutal and destructive. Instead of 5 points of dismemberment in the original game, Killing Floor 2 features 19 points of dismemberment. A monster's head has 5 places alone where it can be fragmented, and if you're accurate enough, you can blow off pieces of the skull to expose the brain. If you opt to use the shotgun instead of a precision weapon, you'll be greeted with even more gore. Raking a zombie with a shotgun can tear it in half.
I find that far more believable. That was the one thing that irked me about Resident Evil.
But this game actually does, it's not just gratuitous violence. There's actually a very deep perk system. You have, literally... Let's see, does it give the number on here?
Screw the perks,
it looks
I'm in
really,
for gratuitous violence.
It looks really, really good, too. They're actually going for realism for the guns. Weapon sway will be different for each weapon you use. Let's see what else does this say. Very deep perk system, strategy pick your combinations, abilities to play with. There's a huge number of animations for each gun. Not just, it's not just a static model. There's actually animations for the guns, like it'll sway. If you have anything hanging off the sides, they'll bounce up and down and clink off the gun. The environments actually, and the bad guys are varied and very detailed. Guns are precisely modeled to be nearly identical to the real-life counterparts in both appearance and behavior. Separate gun parts move independently of one another, so that when you look down a gun's sights, the barrel sways differently than the body. Buckles on the side of the guns jump as you fire. So, it's a very pretty game, and you can dismember shit.
Nice.
Even more so than you can dismember shit in, oh god, I just forgot the name of that game. The one with Isaac Clarke in it.
I don't know.
You're in the space station. Bad you're a... I know you've played it. You said you've played it.
What was it again?
You're in that, you go, the USS Ishimura. You go, I can't even freaking remember the name of the game. There's been 3 of them.
How do you know I played it?
Because you told me you played it. At least I thought you did.
Okay. If I know what the name of it was, I'd be able to help you.
I can't even. Why am I so tired? Oh yeah, because I've been working 36 hours in the past 70. Out of the past 72.
Does it have anything to do with Uncharted? Is that what you're talking about?
No.
It didn't sound like it, but I had.
It's in space.
Space madness.
Yeah.
Covetous by ice cream.
I can't believe I'm.
Foiled football leather.
God damn it. I can't believe I'm so tired I forgot the name of this game. That's sad. Alright, you know what? Google Isaac Clarke.
Isaac Hayes. Hello, children.
Dead Space.
I've never played it, but I've watched it. The first one.
Okay.
I was thinking that, too. I was thinking that might have been what you meant, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, there's more dismemberment than Dead Space.
Wow.
And it has zombies that you can dismember.
Nice.
Literally, one of the parts that they were talking about they shot a zombie into the air and just kept shooting it in the air and juggled it with a shotgun to the point where guts were falling out of it onto the ground, and it was beautiful.
Wow.
That's cool.
So yes, definitely check out Killing Floor 2. It's coming out on the PC pretty soon, and I don't think they have a release date for it yet. I think it's just soon. Killing Floor 2, gruesome. Yeah, it doesn't have a release date yet.
Man.
Not revealed. So that is my recommendation. Play that game when it comes out, because it looks awesome. They've taken a lot of time and effort into the details, the weapons. I mean, for a gruesome shoot 'em up, gory game, they put a lot of time and effort into making it varied and deep system as well, and varied and very accurate as far as how the weapons look and feel.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go, Killing Floor 2.
Yay.
By Tripwire Entertainment. All right, I think it is that time. A time for words from
people and things and stuff.
Yes.
Stuff and things.
That's the perfect time, too, because I could really use something to drink right now.
Yeah, and I could use, like, an IV drip.
I will be back in one moment. I will be back before the commercial is over. Or will I?
Dun, dun, dun. All right. We'll see you in a moment. Did you know that young adults are at high risk for contracting strange new diseases being discovered every day?
New studies show that people who partake in the paranormal romance genre are 80% more likely to seek out supernatural creatures, putting them in increased danger for contracting things such as AIDS, werewolf herpes, vampire papillomavirus, chlamydia, and hepatitis A, B, and C.
Nearly half of all new supernatural STD infections are among young people between the ages of 15 and 24. Many of these infections initially show no symptoms, which can make them even more hazardous to your health. If left untreated, they will spread with surprising speed throughout high schools, colleges, community centers, and even your own home.
If a loved one has been recently diagnosed with a supernatural STD, you should contact your doctor and schedule testing immediately. To prevent them from spreading, we encourage you to engage in safer genres of media, burn all infectious materials you come across, and above all, never give in to peer pressure.
This is a very serious matter that affects us all, and we welcome you to join in our efforts in stamping out supernatural STDs across the globe.
This public service announcement was brought to you by the Raz and Dark Disease Control Foundation.
This is the public service announcement being brought to you by the Raz and Dark podcast. We've all had those crazy situations in the workplace where we wanted to swear or say a lot of awful things, and some of us have even been fired for saying such horrible things to our bosses and coworkers. So we've come up with a list of the 10 most popular things you should say instead of those things that you're thinking of. For example, try saying, "I think you could do with more training," instead of,
"You don't have a fucking clue, do you?"
Try saying, "She's an aggressive go-getter," instead of saying,
"She's a fucking power-crazy bitch."
Try saying, "Perhaps I can work late," instead of saying,
"And when the fuck do you expect me to do this?"
Try saying, "I'm certain that isn't feasible," instead of saying,
"Fuck off, asshole."
Try saying, "Really?" instead of saying,
"Well, fuck me backwards with a telegraph pole."
Try saying, "Perhaps you should check with," instead of saying,
"Tell someone who gives a fuck."
Try saying, "I wasn't involved in the project," instead of saying,
"Not my fucking problem, mate."
Try saying, "That's interesting," instead of saying,
"What the fuck?"
Try saying, "I'm not sure this can be implemented within the given time scale," instead of saying,
"No fucking chance, mate."
Try saying, "It'll be tight, but I'll try to schedule it in," instead of saying,
"Why the fuck didn't you tell me that yesterday?"
And for a limited time only, we're going to introduce 3 additional phrases that we feel are perhaps even more common in this day and age. Try saying, "He's not familiar with the issues," instead of saying,
"He's got his head up his fucking ass."
Try saying, "Excuse me, sir," instead of saying,
"Oi, fuckface."
Try saying, "Of course, I was only going to be at home anyway," instead of saying,
"Yeah, who needs fucking holidays anyway?"
We hoped here at Raz and Dark that you've taken these things into consideration and you'll use the proper phrases in your workplace from now on. And if not, well, we don't really give a shit.
And we are back. We're back for front row here.
Hiya.
Did I make it back in time? For sure? I made it back. Where we're going, we don't need roads. So if you don't need roads, how do you get roadheads? That seems like they apparently do away with that in the future, which is sad.
No, it's Airhead then.
I guess. But that would be too confusing with blondes and the candy. At least roadhead is very specific.
Okay.
Hoverhead. I'll call it Hoverhead.
All right, and we were rude before and didn't explain that our future sheep fucker is why he isn't here. We're recording this on a different day, and he's actually at work. So he couldn't be here today to delight us with his lovely
new soundboard,
sheep molestations, and soundboard.
If you're listening, AT&T, fuck you. Again. Fuck you. Just fuck you. Go fuck yourself. I'll go stick in duct tape.
All right, speaking of fuck you, where is that?
No, fuck you.
No, sir, fuck you.
No, fuck you.
No, I insist.
Oh, wait,
fuck
1
you.
second, I'm getting an incoming message. Fuck you. I can't even think. I just blew my own mind with the most retarded comment I've ever made on the show.
Yeah.
Well, you're too tired for this?
No, I haven't been smoking hardly anything because I'm in this new apartment. I'm trying to fill things out, but we smoked a lot before we started. It's like I'm not that tired. I'm just really high.
All right, I'm going to read this list, and then I'm going to reveal who it is that made this list and give them a big fuck you.
Okay.
The name of this list is The Worst Movies of 2013.
Okay.
All right, we'll start at, there's 20 of them, so these are in no real particular order. It's not like top 20 or anything like that. So, number 20, Pain and Gain.
It was a decent movie.
It was all right. Wasn't that great, but it wasn't the worst.
I watched most of it Stone, so.
Grown Ups 2.
Still haven't seen the first one.
Yeah, I haven't either. Bad Grandpa, I kind of agree with that.
I gotta stop you, though, because the Grown Ups movies was really, the first one, it was like a remake of The Great Outdoors with a poor one. That's how I felt about it. And the second one was not much better. I'll agree with that one.
Alright, the next one is The Counselor.
Never seen it.
And then we got Lone Ranger. I wouldn't say it was the worst, but...
I actually liked that movie.
I liked it, too.
Spring Breakers. That was kind of...
Not seen it.
I don't think I even saw that one.
Now You See Me. That was actually a decent movie.
I loved that movie for an action movie. I told everyone I knew to watch it. I liked it so much.
Yeah, Now You See Me wasn't that bad, so they're retarded on that one. Saving Mr. Banks. For those of you who don't know what this movie is, I'm going to explain it. Tom Hanks plays the lead in this movie. He plays Walt Disney.
Oh,
and when he's trying to woo the original the writer of Mary Poppins, because Mary Poppins actually was not Disney at first. It was actually written by an English author. And it goes all through Walt Disney's attempt to woo her to get her to give him the rights so he can make the movie, because she really didn't want it to be a musical and all that. It was a very good movie. I don't know what the fuck these people were thinking, whether it was one of the worst movies of 2013. American Hustle.
Didn't see that one either.
Not a bad movie. Not a good movie, but not a bad movie.
It was on in the room I was in. I was just busy writing. So.
A Good Day to Die Hard.
I kind of like that one. It was all right.
Yeah. Gravity. That movie wasn't bad. It was kind of... It looked pretty.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I was into it the whole time it was on. I was really into it.
Anchorman 2.
I fucking love Anchorman 2. Ron Burgundy, he is a god.
And this is where they start getting my ire up. The Wolverine.
Good movie. Anchorman 2 is better, but still, it was a good movie.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
I didn't see that one.
Iron Man 3.
Dude, that pisses me off because I feel like they humanize Tony Stark more than ever by giving him the anxiety disorder. And I mean, I have an anxiety disorder. I know a lot of people that have that. So like to humanize him in that way, kind of like, I don't know, made me even closer to like the film.
Well, I mean, you have to think about it. You know, it's very realistic considering everything Tony Stark has been through in Iron Man 1, 2, and the Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, all of his PTSD came from from the Avengers.
Yeah.
But Man of Steel.
That one was okay. I didn't think it was great, but it was okay.
And this is the one that really got me wanting to go hunt these people down and kill them. Sharknado.
I love Sharknado. That's fucking awesome.
I cannot back you on that play. Sharknado, for me, is the equivalent of Komodo.
Okay, After Earth, I kind of agree with that.
That was horrible. That was the one with Will Smith and his kid?
Yeah.
That was shit.
Well, where they advertised it as Will Smith was in it, where it's pretty much all of his kid.
Yeah, that was shit.
Movie 43 wasn't that great, but it wasn't that bad either.
Which version, though? There were actually 2 released versions of Movie 43.
Yeah, I know. I was saying,
I saw them both. The only difference was the wraparound story.
These are the worst movies of 2013.
They tried to sue her.
And you know who I want to say? Fuck you, Rolling Stone. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you, Rolling.
You have no fucking taste in movies whatsoever. Fuck you.
And if you're listening, Rolling Stone, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
And now, time for rant number 2.
The second rant. Because that makes it sound like you're going to rant about shit.
Dear players in League. When I'm trying to play a game and it says accept, that little button in the corner over there, click it. Because if you don't click it and I click it and there's one left and it makes me go back in the queue, I will find you. I will hunt you down and I will kill you. Because I want to fucking play a game. I don't want to look at the fucking match screen all day. So click accept or I will find you.
Nice.
That's all. I'm done.
So, I got some news.
News!
Yunzi Xiao earns calm brother moniker as knife lodges in head. Beijing, a pedestrian's head was impaled with a knife that fell from an 8th floor balcony. Yunzi Xiao, 57, was walking to a supermarket in Yangon, China, when he suddenly felt a very heavy weight on his head. It hurt a lot, he told NBC News from his hospital bed. I cried out, my head hurts, but I did not know what had happened. A street vendor shouted at him, there's a knife in your head. He managed to walk another 100 yards before the pain became too much and he was forced to sit down in the phone booth. Some warm-hearted people passing by saw me bleeding and called the police, who took me to a traditional Chinese medicine hospital, he added. A few hours later, doctors took the knife out of my head. According to local media reports, and what he was told by police, a knife that was being used on a balcony garden was knocked over the ledge by the wind. Sure, that's bullshit. On Thursday. And the images show the wound and his unperturbed demeanor, and they've circulated all over China's web sphere. The photo has been posted tens of thousands of times, and commentators have honored him with a nickname, Calm Brother. The knife's owner was questioned by police, and later visited him at the hospital to apologize. And there's literally a picture of him sitting here with a knife sticking out of his head. There's like the x-rays of it going to the very center of the top of his skull and going down. It's pretty fucking weird.
Wow.
And speaking of China, mysterious river runs blood red in China. Baffled locals who used to boast that they had one of the healthiest rivers in China because there was no factories along its banks were baffled when within the space of an hour, the river turned a deep, dark red. Clear plastic bottles dipped into the water at some village whose name I can't pronounce in Kenyan County in eastern China's something province quickly filled up with a red-colored liquid which had a strange smell. It was a red-colored liquid with a strange smell, according to the villagers of something. Local Nawan said a few people that were up and about at 5 a.m. said that everything was normal. But then suddenly, within the space of a few minutes, the water started turning darker and eventually was completely red. The really weird thing is that we have always been able to catch fish, and you can even drink the water because it's just normally so good. Nobody has any idea how it could have ended up being polluted because there are no factories that dump anything in the water here. Environmental experts were on the scene taking samples of the water and said they suspected it was discharged from a dye factory even though there was none in the area. One expert said, we suspect that maybe somebody drove here to dump stuff. We were looking further upstream to try and find out where the source was of this pollution. So I think like every woman in the village was on their period and they were upriver.
Wow.
I don't know, but it was weird. The picture is pretty weird too. It looks like blood. The last one I have is Alabama husband woke up post-circumcision with no penis. Lawsuit. An Alabama man who went into a hospital for a circumcision awoke after surgery to find his penis had been amputated, his lawyer said on Thursday. Johnny Lee Banks Jr., 56, said in a lawsuit filed in state court earlier this week that no one at the Princeton Baptist Medical Center in Birmingham, Alabama, told him why it had been necessary to remove his penis. My client is devastated, said Banks' attorney, John Graves. Banks, who is married and does not work due to a disability, did not recall the precise date of the incident, but believed it occurred in June, his attorney said. I gotta stop. Hold on. How do you not know exactly the date when your penis was removed in a hospital without your consent? I'm just saying, that's weird. A spokeswoman for the hospital's parent company said in a statement that Banks' allegations were without merit. We intend to defend all counts aggressively, said Kate DeWitt Darden, spokeswoman for Baptist Health System. The lawsuit does not specify a monetary value of the damages. The hospital, the Simon Williamson Clinic, Urology Centers of Alabama, and 2 doctors are named as defendants in the lawsuit. According to Grapes, representatives for the Simon Williamson Clinic and Urology Centers of Alabama did not immediately respond to requests for comment.
Wow.
There's not enough information. Like, I'm sorry if I got my penis amputated without my consent and I woke up. First of all, I'd know that fucking date for the rest of my life. I don't care how young or old I was. I would just know when my penis had exactly been removed. And I can sure as fuck tell you that a lot more people would know about it, too.
Wow.
All right.
The only consolation is if they give him a detachable penis.
Detachable penis. Detachable penis.
And the next morning, I was walking down the street, and I spotted it, lying on a blanket next to a broken-down toast scrubber.
Okay.
Detachable penis. That's a song.
I woke up this morning, my penis was missing again. This kind of thing happens all the time. It's detachable. My friends say I should really get attached, but even though it's a pain in the ass sometimes, I really love having a detachable penis.
Detachable penis.
Thank you, King Missile, for that lovely song.
I know. All right, I this isn't really a news article, but this is something I got off of High Times. I thought it would fit for me and you, Raz.
Okay.
11 stoner stereotypes that no longer apply.
Dun, dun, dun.
We'll start at number 1. Stoners have a 5-word vocabulary. Oh, shit, okay. Today, the modern stoner does not have a 5-word vocabulary. We now go far beyond man, dude, rah. Number 2, we are lazy. With the decriminalization of weed in more states, hard-working men and women of today's society can enjoy a nice joint, and they do, often. Number 3, we only wear tie-dye shirts. Nowadays, stoners don't just wear trippy shirts. Business-minded stoners have style that's sophisticated and professional.
See, all the stoners when I was growing up, like, dressed how I dressed, which was pretty much grunge, like the whole Seattle movement.
Yep. Number 4, 420 means let's smoke. Okay, we still get stoned at 420, but now we know the number is a symbol of the movement that will one day legalize marijuana nationwide.
Indeed. And I still smoke like at 420, both times on 420.
Number 5, we're friends with sketchy drug dealers. We used to be perceived as crazy lunatics looking for our next high, and we would go to get our fix from the sketchy guy with one eye in a shadowy alley somewhere. These days, dispensaries and recreational smoke shops are selling weed in the full light of day.
Or we used to get them from chainsaw-wielding maniacs that lived in caves.
Number 6, we have poor posture.
No, I have
a kid sitting in the back of the class that looks like he's been cut in half because he's slouched so low is now sitting at the head of the class, fully erect and paying full attention.
Yeah, because he's fully erect. Of course he's paying attention. He's worried that everybody can see it.
Number 7, we are in a constant state of confusion.
What?
Stoners don't just wander the streets staring at the sky and questioning the meaning of life anymore. Sure, there's a weird thought here and there, but now we know that just makes us smarter.
I'm completely confused by that statement.
Number 8, we don't do shit because I got high. The famous Afro man once stated, I was going to go to class, but then I got high. Well, that's not the case anymore because stoners have a greater work ethic than non-stoners. You fucked up, it's on you, man, not the weed. Number 9, we are paranoid. With marijuana becoming legal across the country, stoners aren't staring out the peephole looking for the cops anymore. We smoke safely in many places and not worry about who's out to get us.
Unless you live in an apartment building that's meant for people 65 and up. Then you're looking at that shit every 5 seconds.
Number 10, we are a slave to the munchies. Okay,
that's true.
So maybe the munchies are unbeatable, but there are worse things in the world. With that taco, and that taco was fucking awesome.
Taco, burrito.
And the last one. We frequently dissolve into giggles. You're still laughing at number 6, aren't you?
Thanks.
That was a good one.
So, in light of our short podcast,
I gotta say, this podcast has not really been that short.
I only have one dumb criminal this week.
Okay, let's hear it.
Alleged burglar caught after beating cops in donut eating contest. And that is from right here in North Carolina, wouldn't you know. The sweet victory for a North Carolina man who beat police officers in a donut eating contest this week soured after a newspaper story about that win led to his arrest on breaking and entering charges. Bradley Hardison, 24, of Elizabeth City, downed 8 donuts in 2 minutes during a contest Tuesday night at an anti-crime event hosted by the city's police department, according to a story in the Daily Advance. The report caught the eye of Camden County Sheriff's Lieutenant Max Robinson, who said his detectives had been trying to interview Hardison for about 9 months after suspecting him in break-ins at 2 local businesses. Robinson said they brought Hardison in for questioning on Wednesday night. I said, "Congratulations on your win last night," Robinson recalled, before arresting the man on criminal charges of breaking and entering and injury to real property. Hardison remained in jail on Friday, according to the sheriff's lieutenant. But, yep, that's him.
Injury to real property?
Yeah.
What the?
Like, if they had an animal, like a dog or fish,
okay.
like that, yeah. Yeah, that's what that is.
I was going to say, I didn't know you could injure a house. My house is bleeding. Dude, that means it's haunted. Get the fuck out.
You see that clown up there, man? It's got a vein in it. It's bleeding on me, man.
Nice. But yeah, he was my dumb criminal, because that takes balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Balls.
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 Balls. Yeah, balls.
Mm.
Wow.
So I guess that brings us to Ask Rats.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I got a lot of questions from a lot of the same people.
I actually have one this week for me.
Okay.
It was I'm going to pose it to everybody, but I thought it was a really interesting question that was posed to me. So, but you go ahead and do yours first.
What the hell was there?
I have no idea. I'm going to find you.
So you said you had a question, everyone, and like somehow the universe.
All right. Well, I'll ask mine while you guys while you look up yours. This one came in from. Oh shit! What's his name again? Let me go back to the question here. Austin Rodriguez from Brentwood, Tennessee. Dear Dark, I know you're a fan of comic books, so I pose you with this question. Who do you think is the most evil villain in the comic book world? That poses a very good question.
The most evil villain in the comic book world?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, it depends on how you look at evil, I guess.
That's what I was.
I mean, I'd want to say Galactus, but is Galactus really evil?
I mean, there's tons of them. I mean, you've got Galactus, you've got Apocalypse, you've got.
Apocalypse isn't. I don't even think he's evil, really. I mean, I don't know.
You've got Darkseid from the DC universe.
Yeah.
Carnage.
Carnage isn't evil either.
Yes, he is. Carnage is the epitome of evil.
He's the epitome of absolute insanity.
He's also a homicidal maniac who kills for pleasure.
But I'm just saying,
that's still evil. There's tons of evil out there. So I would have to say,
definitely not the Vulture from Spider-Man. I can say that now.
Wow.
That's awesome. So the most evil man and the most evil villain out there, I would have to say Calendar Man.
Calendar Man? I'm gonna say Mojo.
Not really. Not Calendar. I thought Mojo was that was Lobo.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
No, yeah, Mojo is pretty fucking sadistic and evil.
Actually, no. And a real answer, I really don't know. I mean, that's a lot of thinking.
Honestly?
Thanos.
Honestly?
Thanos.
I'm going to say the Joker.
Or Thanos.
See, I think that's
Joker's.
That's the same way I feel about Carnage, though. That's just the epitome of insanity.
Who, the Joker?
Yeah, even more so than...
No, Because there's insanity, and then there's the Joker. I mean, yeah, he's crazy, and everybody knows it. But the reason that I honestly feel that he reaches that pinnacle of ultimate evil is, even in his insanity, you know, with some people that are insane, there's just some lines they don't cross, and there's some things they won't do. With the Joker, all bets are off.
True.
Like, it doesn't matter how sick, sadistic, and twisted it is. If it suits whatever purpose is in his crazy mind at the time, he will do it.
See, I think if I was a villain, I'd probably be more like the Joker.
Well,
I don't know. I think it's that insanity side, though. If I have to answer it for real, I don't know, man. I'll say Violator.
Yeah, I could go with that.
I think Violator's, like, really fucking evil. I mean, if you look back at the comics when he finally got his own series, he punches his fist to the back of a guy's head and makes his mouth move like a puppet to talk to someone else. That's pretty fucking evil, dude.
yeah.
I'm just going with Thanos because he's driven.
Yeah, he is.
And he's driven to serve death.
Right.
And
But death isn't evil.
No, death isn't evil, but the things he does is.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not saying death is evil. I'm saying Thanos is evil.
Right. Yeah, I can see.
And I mean, he almost single-handedly brought down the entire Marvel universe. The only reason that he didn't is because he got cocky and turned off the mind gem.
Yeah, that's true. Punisher killed everyone in the Marvel universe once, but he's not a bad guy.
Deadpool did too.
Yeah, he sure did.
They actually have a comic that's called Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe.
Yep, it was a ripoff of the Punisher one from like decades before.
I know. I think I've actually got Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe.
So to my question.
I've got the. Okay, you got your question now?
I've had them this whole time. Yeah, we were just bullshitting. So okay. I'm going to group them together because some are by the same group of people. Okay. Maria Gilbert from My Apartment asks, if you could only pick one, which film would you remake and why? Wow. That's a question I've talked a lot about. I'm going to have to go with Don't Go in the Basement. Are you guys familiar with that movie?
Nah.
No.
So let me lay it out for you. Here's what happens in this movie. So this lady comes to work at this, it's kind of like a free-range, like, New Age mental institution. Mind you, this is like old school, like, it's barely Technicolor, it's so old. And this lady comes to work there, and the day she gets there, the doctor is teaching one of the inmates how to chop wood, and the inmate puts the axe in the guy's head and kills him. So this nurse that she's supposed to be replacing is kind of teaching her the ropes while they're waiting for this new doctor to come. Well, not only does this doctor never show up, she finds out the nurse that she's supposed to be replacing isn't even a nurse, she's one of the patients. And the whole, like, movie is like this crazy mind fuck. Unfortunately, it's a really old movie and it was done kind of hokey, so I think I would redo it with, like, today's technology entirely. And I say that, and I know that there's a sequel to it coming out by the son of the guy that made the original. But I still maintain that I would like to remake that original movie. That was my only serious question and answer. Let's see. Here's one. If olive oil comes from olives, where does baby oil come from? Bobby Marin from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Well, Bobby, baby oil comes from dead babies. Now, do you know what the difference between a bin of dead babies and a Ferrari is? I don't have a Ferrari in my garage. Moving right along.
That's horrible, dude.
I know, right?
Let's see. Okay, this is kind of a two-parter because, like, three people teamed up on this one. The first part says, what is the going rate to talk to a woman into performing at a donkey show? After a woman has performed at a donkey show, where does she go from there? That's from Bobby Marin and Brian. How do you say his last name?
Bird.
Okay, there's no R in that. It just says BYD. Good going.
I was typing really fast.
That's from Bobby Marin and Brian Bird of Fayetteville, North Carolina. And the addition to it was, if I can find it again, why are there donkey shows but no llama, sheep, or monkey shows? Why is the donkey the preferred animal for Mexican bestiality shows? I want to see a hippo show and make it a challenge for the human. I'm going to answer these all together. Okay. The going rate to get a woman to perform it is exactly 14 tacos. After a woman is performed, where does she go from there? Nowhere, because she's probably dead that day or within the next, 5 to 6 hours. Why is the usual donkey? Why is it a donkey show in Mexico? Why is it the preferred animal for Mexican bestiality shows? Because they can technically classify it as anal. Get it, fucking an ass?
I got it.
Work with me here. So, and why are there no other kind of animal shows? Well, to be honest with you, there are. There are plenty of shows. There have been videos of a woman fucking an elephant. There have been women fucking dogs and women fucking all kinds of things. They just don't show that nasty shit in Mexico.
Okay.
So, that's all covered. J-Man Jerry Roth, a favorite of ours, asks, boobs or tits? Which one is the proper term? Neither are the proper. In fact, the proper term, instead of boobs or tits, I would have also accepted snack trays.
Wow. Just wow.
John McCauley IV asks, which population has kinkier porns, Germany or Japan? And why do you think that is? Wow, that's a good question.
That's
Germany or Japan?
That depends on your definition of kinky.
Right. I don't know, dude. I think America's got it with 2 Girls, 1 Cup. That was an American video?
That was German.
Okay, then Germany gets it for 2 Girls, 1 Cup, if that was indeed German. And why? Because it's 2 Girls,
German,
1 Cup.
It's called German Scheiße porn.
It's just because I said so. And South Park agrees with me. So, fuck you. And we'll do one more for fun. Let's see. We got to get a good one here. Here's one. This is a good one. It's about Batman. And this is also from Bobby Marin, Fayetteville, North Carolina. How many Oompa Loompas does it take to amuse Batman after a long night of snorting coke off the Joker's dick? Well, Bobby, I'm glad you asked me. I've had a whole team of mathematicians crunch the numbers. And the answer is 7. It takes 7 Oompa Loompas to amuse Batman after a long night of snorting coke off the Joker's dick. 7. And that's all for Ask for Ask. I need a jingle.
Never allowed on the show.
I'm going to make a jingle for the Ask for Ask thing. The next episode, we will have a jingle.
I know why Bobby did that. I just think it's funny.
I don't find it amusing whatsoever.
Yeah, but Raz does. And considering Raz was the one who was posting negative Batman Cards Against Humanity stuff, like...
Which I now
have... He's only posted 1.
No, sir. I've done 3 Batmans.
Yes, he has.
I've done the one about him snorting coke off the Joker's dick, which that question refers to. I have done the one about his secret pastime or something like that was jerking off into a pool of children's tears. His secret pastime was being a dick to children. There was something about dead parents too, but I can't remember what that one was. But I now have my own decks of Cards Against Humanity officially, so watch out. We're going to have some all new combinations very soon. Because I've added, like, the Tick and Fidel Castro and all sorts of interesting things. And Drildos. We have Drildos now. And AT&T, if you're listening, go fuck yourself.
Nice.
Just saying.
Rolling Stone, fuck off.
I don't have anybody to say.
No. Those are the league players that
I know, I'm just adding it in there.
I will find you.
He will find you.
Find you on a fucking...
I feel all out of place because I'm the only one that doesn't have anybody to say screw you to.
I'll give you a list.
I can remind you.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Next
people
week,
that
Pakistan.
People that aren't nice to the duo queuers.
Oh, yeah.
Duo bot.
Yeah.
Fuck you, born ADC. Fuck you, I'm duo omitting then.
He'll find you.
Nah, man, it's going to get to the point where I'll find new ways to deal with them. I'll find new ways to deal with them. I got no problem with that. But that's for another day when I can actually formulate whole thoughts.
This sentient thought?
Yeah. At this point, it's not working. I'm tapped. We're done.
That's what she said.
Exactly.
Do you know there's a DJ named DJ Troll?
I believe it.
I just saw it randomly pop up as a sponsored thing on Facebook. DJ Troll.
Nice.
Is that like Troll for the movie Troll? Is that like a treasure troll? Does he live under a fucking bridge and eat goats? I mean, what the fuck's going on with this guy? I mean, he looks weird. He's got like I don't know what kind of haircut that is. I don't even know how to describe this guy, but you should look him up on Facebook because he looks retarded.
Okay.
Dude, they came up with There's a Star Wars Armada game.
Yep. There's an online
no,
Firefly game. Dude, did you see that the other day?
No. This is like one of those. It's got like the figurines.
Oh, okay.
like Warhammer. Like you control an armada from capital ships all the way down to squadrons of fighters.
Did you guys hear the Anne Rice news?
That she's making another book?
No, she is, yes, indeed, now repicking back up the Vampire Chronicles, but all the movies will be remade from the beginning. And the story is right now that she's going to lock whoever the cast is into like a certain number of films, so that way you don't see like Lestat and everybody changing from movie to movie. She's starting back over and remaking the entire series into films, which I'm kind of excited for, to be honest, because I kind of like the book.
I liked the old.
They remind me of being a teenager.
I was never big on Tom Cruise's Lestat.
He was a good Lestat.
I liked the movie. I liked that movie. I've never said I never said they were close to the books or anything like that. I just liked the movies.
For me, like, Lestat was different in different books. Like, he evolved. And I think Tom Cruise played a good, like, psychotic Lestat for the first movie. I think Townsend played, a better Lestat for the, movie that he was in. I mean, it just depends on the scenario and, the specific book that you're talking about.
All right. For my last thing of the night, I'm going to read ingredients. Ingredients from a bottle of cough syrup from 1903. 1 night cough syrup. Each ounce contains alcohol, 4.5 milliliters. Cannabis indica, 4.5 milliliters. Chloroform, 2.5 milliliters. Morphia sulfate, which is morphine, 0.5 gram. That was cough syrup.
Awesome. We should now make people guess what the products are.
That is not cough syrup. That's death in a bottle.
No, that is awesomeness in a bottle.
Okay.
What brand of cough syrup is this?
1 night.
What?
1 night.
It's the name of a movie.
That never got made.
It's also the name of a Genesis song, but...
Yeah. By the way, Mariah, I have posted an awesome Star Wars picture on your Facebook.
Oh, God.
Just when you get around to it,
Yeah.
1/2 teaspoon 3 times a day. So you're supposed to take that shit 3 times a day.
Did you see the picture?
What is it, on your new flashcards or whatever?
No, I posted it on her Facebook.
On whose Facebook?
Mine.
On her Facebook.
Dude, that was funny.
I thought it's about meth.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's like R2-D2 before, and then the after picture is this like nasty scummy ass fucking trash can with a black trash bag sticking out of it.
Wow.
And the garbage can is open like it's ready to do business.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, kids, I realize this was a shorter episode, but we wanted to get something up for this week due to technical difficulties, and
I should point something out that while we intended this to be a shorter episode, it was not. It was indeed not really a shorter episode. Maybe like 10 or 20 minutes, man. I don't know, because the whole first part lasted way longer than usual.
That's true.
Yeah.
It almost balances out. It's close.
Yeah, but we didn't have a guest.
Right, well, I said in the beginning that this was a very special show, and there was a reason why we didn't have a guest. But we forgot to mention why. Because I fucking said so.
God.
Oh, yeah, but next week, fingers crossed, we will have Peter Kleins on here.
Rock on.
Hey.
I did talk to him last week, and he sounded pretty excited to be here, to be on. So, for those of you who like superheroes and zombies, he's your man to talk to.
Indeed.
Because he wrote a book about superheroes and zombies. That's not Marvel zombies.
Well, there you go.
They are actually completely made up, out of his own mind superheroes. So, I have talked about his books, and I will talk about his books next week some more. But if you want to get a refresher course on those books that, so you know what author we're going to be speaking to next week, go check out the X Saga. X-Heroes, X-Patriot, X-Communication, and X-Purgatory. So go check those out, and next week we will be talking to Peter Kleins. Yay, Peter Kleins.
I have a statement that I want to read. It's a prepared statement by my lawyer, who feels that I should read this to explain this episode 15. In the Steven Spielberg movie E.T., why is the alien brown? No reason. In Love Story, why do the two characters fall madly in love with each other? No reason. In Oliver Stone's JFK, Why is the president suddenly assassinated by some stranger? No reason. And the excellent Chainsaw Massacre by Tobe Hooper. Why don't we ever see the characters go to the bathroom or wash their hands like people do in real life? Absolutely no reason. Worse, in The Pianist by Polanski, how come this guy has to hide and live like a bum when he plays the piano so well? Once again, the answer is no reason. I could go on for hours with more examples. The list is endless. You probably never gave it a thought, but all great films, without exception, contain an important element of no reason. And you know why? Because life itself is filled with no reason. Why can't we see the air all around us? No reason. What are we always thinking? No reason. Why do some people love sausages and other people hate sausages? No fucking reason. Ladies and gentlemen, this podcast, episode number 15, that you have just listened to, is an homage to absolutely that. No reason. So, why did we not have a guest for episode 15, everyone?
No reason.
No reason. Watch Rubber today!
Definitely no reason. Wow.
Alright, so, anything else?
Not that I can think of.
Turkey Farm?
I meant anything else.
Nah. Let's get while the getting's good.
That's what she said.
Right.
Chick out, bout.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. So.
I need a pulling thread. Sorry.
Wow.
I'm gonna make one of these episodes a musical episode.
Well, there's music in the background, that's for damn sure.
No, I mean, we have to, sing. Break out into song at random.
We did that earlier. We sang Prince Ali.
Yeah, we did. But I mean, the whole episode.
Right. We'll see.
Not every single second of it, but
Yeah.
But you have to find, songs for musicals that are relevant, or just, what you're about to say, you have to just think. I will roll a d20 to randomize it. Why? Because I can. No reason.
You and that no reason speech, Steve.
No reason.
No reason.
Alright, so on behalf of myself, Raz, and Mariah, and the missing MIA future fucker, John Connor, I wish everyone good night, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're listening to us. And I leave you with these words of wisdom. Confucius once said, "He who plays with titty gets bust in mouth."
And remember, kids, lick it before you stick it.
Goodbye,
Good night,
guys.
everybody.